Supper with Stub, supper with Stub, mixing up drinks and making grub, pairing beer and wine with the dishes we love. Come on in and see the spell of Supper with Stub.
Hello friends, welcome to Supper with Stub. You know what we do here. We drink and we cook things. Joining me today is my best good friend Ray. Former neighbor, still best good friend, visiting. We decided, since Ray helped me kind of create the famed garage bar here, that we would pull everything down to the garage and make some food in the garage today in celebration of spring.
Oh, let's do it.
Yes! So you know how we start this show? We always start with a cocktail. Today we are making a whiskey sour because it is spring, and that's a great cocktail for the spring. Ray, you enjoy whiskey sours?
I do.
Yeah, all right. So we've got ice in a shaker here. We're going to add to that our 2 ounces of bourbon. I'm using Bullet today. You see, once again, I have these big ass bottles because people keep coming and drinking all of my booze, but I also love trying to perfect cocktails. You know this, right?
I do.
All right.
I've been here from the very start.
2 ounces of bourbon. To that, we're gonna add about an ounce of lemon juice. You know, our good friend Aphrodite loves it a little more sour, so I added just a little heavy-handed on that. We're gonna add about a ½ ounce of simple syrup. You ever made simple syrup, Ray?
I have.
Pretty simple, right?
It's
simple.
very
It's called
simple.
simple for a reason, right?
Very simple.
What do you need? You need a cup of water, a cup of sugar,
That's it.
and a little heat in the pan.
That's it.
So we're gonna shake this up. Ray, can you put some ice in our glasses here while I shake this? All right, so we're gonna strain this. And once again, I made us each about a half a drink because we may have been pre-gaming today a little bit,
Just a
right?
little bit.
Getting set up. That's what we do when we get together. To that, we're gonna add a lemon wedge garnish, and in each drink, a maraschino cherry. You have one of those little fancy picks, throw that in there, but bam, we are good.
Cheers.
Cheers. How do you think? You wanna get fancy, you can rim this with some sugar. I don't personally need that. That's awesome, right?
That is
Perfect.
fantastic. Well done.
Okay, today's meal. We haven't said that. We're gonna sip on these while we make this meal, right? All right, that's good. Well, of course. All right, today's meal, we are making homemade hamburgers for the grill. Sounds easy, right?
It does.
It sounds really easy.
But yeah, you always like to do great work with your food.
I like
So
to
I'm really
I like to
interested in
kick these up a notch. Ray, do you want to mix meat or you want to watch me mix meat?
I will let you mix the meat.
All right, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you pour ingredients for me. So we're gonna swap this out.
All right.
So what we have here is our 2 pounds of hamburger meat. You ever make your hamburgers yourself? Don't go to the store and get those pre-cut patties.
No.
I mean, if you're cooking for a large group like we do sometimes, that's great. Get the Bubba burgers or the Omaha steak burgers are actually really good. Just season those things up.
Yeah, I remember many times during the garage bar event, we would always bring my grill around
That's true.
and have about, I don't know.
That's why we're doing this
50 or
today.
60 people out
Yes,
there, so-
we would.
it was
Just
great.
on a whim at 2 o'clock on a Friday, be like, hey, we're cooking burgers tonight, and it would happen. All right, so right here we have our 2 pounds of ground meat. To that, we're gonna add salt.
Salt here.
Bam, of course, salt, that's about a tablespoon or so. Yeah, just dump it in there. We're gonna add pepper, also about a tablespoon of pepper. Salt, pepper. You wanna let this meat speak for itself. We're gonna add a tablespoon or so of Worcestershire sauce.
Very good, by the way.
Indeed, a little tangy. And to that, we're gonna add this cup here. What is this? This is about about a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. What?
This is really good, too.
Full-time fancy. We're gonna add a little more salt in there. That's why we didn't add as much salt earlier. And because we're really awesome, we're also gonna add, to make it pop, cream cheese.
Yum.
Yes. Did it all get in there? It didn't.
It did.
All right, so for your cream cheese, you wanna let that sit out for a little bit. Gosh, a little bit. We've let this sit out for a while and it's still not as soft as I'd like it to be.
Hey, you got the hands of massagers.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna work our meat over here, and we're gonna work the cheese and the meat and the seasonings in well together. All right, friends, you see I've worked my meat. I've been working my meat for a few minutes.
It looks really good stuff.
Of course it does. I'm an expert at working the meat.
You are.
Yes. All right, so what you're doing, you're just incorporating all the ingredients. You know this. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna ball this meat up. We're gonna make meatballs, essentially. And so, look, we have 2 pounds of meat. Make 6 to 8 of these burgers. You want a quarter-pound burger? Make 8 of them. You want a third-pound burger? Make 6 of them. I mean, simple math, right? We learned this in high school. No, before that. Before. Eh.
You know, Stub, one of my fondest memories was a St. Patrick's Day many years ago.
Yes,
And we brought the grill out here.
we did.
And on our way of bringing the grill out from behind my house,
Mm-hmm.
we had an event in the neighborhood.
Yes, we did.
And we totally missed that event.
We did.
And, you know, what happened was the cabbie came by dropping someone off, Then this guy started beating the cab driver, and then we just totally missed it.
Yeah.
Police showed up, and we had probably, what, 6 or 7 cops out here?
There were several cops.
Yeah, we had the grill going. We
Yep.
offered them to come by and
Yep.
have dinner, and a little bit later, and
Yep.
I think we actually had one stop by.
We did.
We did.
Yeah, so it turns out this guy had been drinking all day for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And just didn't remember where he lived. Told the cabbie to drop him off in our neighborhood. Didn't live here. When he realized he wasn't in the right place, decided the cabbie was wrong and started beating on him.
That's right.
Yeah, we missed that by just a few minutes.
But
Yeah.
we got to feed America's finest.
That is true. We absolutely did. So you see I've made 6 balls here. I like third-pound burgers. I mean, so I'm using 80-20 meat here. So the other thing is these are gonna shrink just a little bit. So the key when you're making your patties though, once again, Ray, is not to overwork your meat.
I will never.
Yeah, because you know who does that? Sinners.
Yes.
That's who does that.
That's right.
So look, we want to gently press these and kind of just pat them back and forth a little bit to make our patties. So we're gonna make these into 6 pretty good sized patties, and then we're gonna throw them on the grill in just a sec. All right, so you can see from our 2 pounds of meat, I've fashioned 6 about quarter-pound patties.
Yeah.
Maybe or third-pound. Damn.
I
know math.
They look. Yeah,
I know they're about a third a pound a piece, maybe a little bit more because we added all the other stuff, but not by that much.
It's great.
I mean, we added what, a cup of cheese and then I don't know, 8 ounces of the other cheese. So.
I tell you, I wish everybody on our side of this camera is able to enjoy these.
Well, they're gonna. We're showing them how to make them. That's why we're here to do that. All right, so we're gonna let Ray, as the grill master, put these on. So we're gonna walk over here to our other camera. All right. And Ray knows we have a nice heat. We've heated it up. We've scraped this off already before we started. Ray's gonna throw these patties on the grill, and we're gonna let them go about probably 4 or 5 minutes each side because they're pretty large. All right, so Ray's putting these on. The key to a good burger, Ray, is number 1, cooking it properly, but also not flipping it constantly. Right. So once again, we're gonna go about, he's gonna check these probably 4 or 5 minutes on the first side, and then see how long on the second side, but he's only gonna turn them 1 time.
Enough time to get a good beverage here.
That's right. And in the meantime, I'm going to go over and show you how to make our homemade French fries for the day as well.
All right. Yes.
All right, friends, Ray is monitoring these burgers, and we're going to go ahead and move to our next step, which is homemade French fries for this meal. Now, I love making homemade French fries. What you need is potatoes, flour, a fryer. You're going to need some salt at some point after. But these are really easy to do. It's messy, it's smelly, our house doesn't ventilate well. So I only do these when we cook outside.
That's right.
Usually is the thing. So what do we have? We have some potatoes here. We've cut these into mostly uniform kind of wedges or little sticks here. We're gonna dump these in a couple of cups of flour. Now, the key here is you wanna coat these with flour. It's just gonna add a little crispness to them. Now, the really cool part though, so look at this. We're just getting some flour on here. So,
I assume I need to open this now.
yeah, open this if you would. And then what we're gonna do, now, a cool way to do this, you can dust these off like this. I find sometimes you don't get enough flour off of them. Just put this on a baking sheet, shake them off a little bit, throw them, you want a shallow kind of, just a shallow layer. You don't wanna put too many in there, they will not cook well. So we're gonna let's get a shallow layer, dust off as much flour as we can here.
You know, Stub, I've not had your French fries in
I know.
a number of years.
It's been a while.
I'm looking forward to
So then with this, we're gonna use this basket just like a sieve over a frying pan or over a baking pan here to dust off as much flour as we can, because if we don't cook these enough or there's too much flour on there, they're actually gonna taste like flour, and we don't want that. We just want that nice little coating. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this on, but you see our grease is at 375, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna put the lid on it to make sure we don't have splatters.
That's right.
And we're gonna let these fry because they're fresh potatoes, which we've washed, we've cut, we peeled, cut, strained. We left them in water for a while because we pre-prepped these. We made sure that moisture adheres the flour to them a little bit, but then we strain them and then throw them in. So because they're fresh though, they're gonna probably take about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how thickly you cut them, which is gonna be perfect for about when our burgers are done.
All right, Stub, got the burgers here.
Oh look, Ray's back with the burgers. Here we go. What a coincidence. We got fries, we got nice burgers. All right, let's plate this thing. Ray, let me pass these fries over to you just to put out of the way. We're gonna get a plate for each of us here. So, buns, use your favorite buns. Today we're just using some Pepperidge Farm buns that are great.
pepper.
All right.
Love
So,
it.
Ray, can I go ahead and make your burger for you?
Yes.
You can put those fries down right there.
I love it when you make my burger.
Awesome. There we go. So Ray's gonna put those down. They're just off camera here. Now, what I didn't tell you, here's the thing. We're just gonna sprinkle, this is just a little seasoned salt. Once again, use your favorite brand. I have my favorite brand. They still haven't returned my email, so I'm not telling you what that favorite brand is yet.
Wow.
But I will shortly. All right, Ray, we got your bun here. You can toast your bun if you want. These burgers are super juicy, so toasting will maybe help keep the juice from getting the bun soggy. But you've cooked these so beautifully. We're gonna let them rest for a few minutes. We're gonna be good. So we're gonna add you a little mustard here.
I love mustard.
Of course you do. Now, this is just my personal preferences. Mustard. All right, we can smear that on with a knife, or we can just smash those buns together. What do you think of that?
Together.
Bam. All right.
Look at that.
And then Ray, you did such a great job. I want to serve you here. So we're gonna start with the burger. Now you see these things aren't perfect. Remember a couple weeks ago I did Grandma Helen's crab cakes?
Yes.
Grandma Helen,
Watch that one.
she cared about flavor, not taste, right? Like
Okay.
she cared about flavor, not what things look like. Now we have 2 cheeses inside of this burger, and these burgers are resting and still warm. But what are we putting over top of these?
Gouda.
Gouda.
My favorite.
Yes, it's gonna melt just a little bit, but it's gonna be perfect. All right, Ray. Bam. You like lettuce, tomato? You like it all?
I love lettuce.
And just
tomato.
there we go.
And I'm just gonna grab that with my.
Do it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here.
Why not? We're
Lettuce,
America.
tomato. That's true. I like a little onion on mine. You want some onion?
I will, cause I'm staying in a hotel tonight.
Yeah, we're doing very very standard kind of toppings for our burgers here.
Yeah, if my wife was here, I wouldn't be having
The real magic to these burgers though is the. How about some pickles? You want pickles on there or
Oh
pickles
my
on the
gosh,
side?
I totally forgot the pickles.
Do it. All right.
I love pickles.
Bam. So I'm gonna throw a couple pickles on mine as well. Put this out of the way. That's it. You need anything else on here? You don't. You know what we do need? We need some fries.
Yeah.
Just grab those with your hands. Like here, serve us both up. A couple of fries. All right.
They're good.
Yeah, of course they are. There we go. All right. Now, you have this beautiful plate here. Ray, can you put these just out of the way here?
Move these over here.
And we'll put these under the camera here so everyone can see them. This is a his and his burger feast right here, kids. Amazing. All right, you want to taste these first, or you want to pour? Why don't you taste yours while I describe what wine we're doing? How about that?
Well, I want to taste the wine, so.
You want to taste the wine first?
Taste it first.
Look at you.
And then
He's
we'll add it
such
with
a
the food.
diva, this guy.
Do with the
All
food
right.
and
So
then with the
today, so for burgers, Zinfandel.
Zinfandel.
Zinfandel is a great wine for burgers, for heavy meats, for any kind of meat dishes. So today we're using we're drinking the Kenwood Vineyards, Sonoma County Zinfandel. So what we're gonna get out of this is a lot of fruit. We're still gonna get some acid, but it's gonna be big and bold. What's gonna also happen, I feel like, and I hope so, is this fruit is gonna be amazing with the kind of salty tanginess of the burger. So we get the salt from the seasoning, we get the salt from the Parmesan in the burgers, but we also get the tang in the burger
Yeah, and don't
from the
forget the
cream
smoke.
cheese.
Don't forget to smoke it.
And we get the smoked Gouda on there is also gonna add a little bit of another component.
All right, let me
So
try
Ray, your
this
glass, sir, give that a go.
here. Oh, Stub, this is absolutely divine.
It's a nice little wine, right?
It is fantastic.
We can find this, actually, you can find this in a lot of groceries across the country.
Yeah.
I think, what is this, about 16, 18 bucks or so, depending on where you are. Let's give this a try with the burger, Ray.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
We're gonna have to do it.
Bam, there we
Oh my gosh, so good. Oh my. All right, I gotta try these fries.
go. Hits perfectly, right?
It does.
Yeah.
This is a great pairing.
Enough acid on there, on the wine that it competes with that tanginess, saltiness, but it doesn't like overcompete. Really delicious there. How are the fries, Ray?
They're great.
Did we sift them enough that it doesn't taste floury?
No, they're fantastic.
I told you, that's the key.
I'm a diehard American kind of guy. I love beer. So I know
Mm-hmm. course you do.
I know you have a beer somewhere.
You know I do.
All right. Let me
As a matter of fact, today, because everyone watching Supper with Stub is not wine or not necessarily wine people, we have a beer today. As a matter of fact, we have 2 beers today, because Ray and I were testing before we shot today, and couldn't decide on which one. So the first beer up here today is one you all may be familiar with. This is the Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. Now,
This will be gone in like 6 seconds.
if legend holds, what I know about this beer is it's called the 60-minute IPA because you should take 60 minutes to drink one of them.
Nah, not happening.
No, it's not. It's a 6% alcohol beer. One of their originals, if I'm not mistaken, from my friends at Dogfish Head. You get a little yeasty, you get a little hoppy on there. You're gonna get that little bit of a bite that's gonna compete well with the burger. Let's try this with the burger.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do it.
because you know what people love with Supper with Stub? Watching us eat and drink.
There you go.
We might do it in slow motion, maybe some sexy music. I don't know. Wow,
This is really, really good.
it's a nice little bite on that, right?
Yeah.
Got a little head on there.
I'll be honest with you.
Might have poured us a little bunch than we needed.
I know.
Can we gulp this and try the next beer?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's go for the next one.
All right, so number 2 beer. I actually feel like you guys know I love IPAs. I love double IPAs. Enter Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Out of California, they now have a facility on the East Coast, which I've visited. Delicious beers.
Aren't they over there near like Asheville, North Carolina?
They are in Asheville, North Carolina. They are indeed. This is the Hot Bullet Double IPA. This is a spring seasonal. I don't recall seeing this in previous years personally, but I saw it on the shelf a couple weeks ago and decided I need to give this guy a go.
Okay, I'm gonna do my.
And we did. So, Ray, I think I might have gotten you a little too much head on that. Let's get you
okay.
some more liquid in there. Oh, so this one gets a little more bready and yeasty, right, on the nose?
That is
Delicious, though. Oh my
the
God.
other one.
I know.
You know, I never
Not as
really-
IPA to you.
Yeah.
Really?
I used to not like IPA.
I know.
And over probably the last 5 or 6 years, I've really acquired a taste for it.
Nice.
So thank you so much for challenging me to venture out and do
Bam.
something different.
Let's try this double with this burger here. What do you think?
Yes. Let's do it.
And cue sexy music. I don't know which one I like better. Look.
You know me, I'm not biased to anything.
I love my friends at Dogfish Head. I really do. That beer was great. The wine was obviously great. This right here, though, this Hot Bullet, here's why I'm going to say I prefer this with this burger, is because it is a seasonal release, and you can't get this year-round as you can with the 60-minute IPA from Dogfish. But both are amazing. So you have a hard time finding either one of these. Grab one of them, make these burgers, and make your life complete, people.
Yes,
What do you think?
definitely. You're not living
Cool.
until you do this.
You like the beer or the wine better with the burgers?
I'll be honest with you, I'll drink anything.
Yeah, of course. Well, we all will, of course, but great pairings with all the burgers. Ray, thanks for joining me, man.
Stub, I'm so glad to come in town.
Of course.
Every time I'm here, it's a pleasure. And you know, just a shout out to all our servicemen and women out there.
Yeah, we'll give you that.
Doing great things.
Absolutely.
I came in town a little early for this business trip to see my buddy Dan change command. And Dan, love you like a brother, man. We've been through a lot, so thank you very much.
Cheers, Dan.
And
Yeah,
Stub,
I was lucky enough to get a drink with him after his change of command yesterday.
we all were.
I had a good time.
Had a couple
It was
drinks.
great. Yeah, to echo your sentiment. Yeah, cheers to the servicemen and women out there. You guys know Rib and I are both jarheads, so
An Army guy. So
Army
it's
guy
okay.
here. We don't hold that against him though. He's a good dude. Yeah. All right, Ray, thanks for coming in.
No problem. Stub.
All right,
Thank you.
friends, so there we have it. What do we have? We have homemade burgers. We have 2 types of cheeses in the burger. We have more cheese on top of the burger. We've got a great Zin from Sonoma County, California. We have an amazing spring summer cocktail with our whiskey sour. And we also have 2 delicious beer pairings, 60-minute IPA from Dogfish Head, and also our Hot Bullet from Sierra Nevada. All right, friends, thanks for joining. Until next time, stop coveting, start drinking, and remember there's always a seat at the table for you for Supper with Stub.
Always.
Cheers.